intimidated by this, but it's nothing to be intimidated by. It's really, really easy. You really shouldn't be serving that canned stuff. I mean, and I really want you to try this. And once you try it, you'll never ever want to go back to canned cranberries. So we're just gonna get a pack of fresh cranberries and put them right into our sauce pot here, and some brown sugar, probably, and I'm just eyeballing it, but be about 2 cups of brown sugar now, because cranberries are very, very tart, and they're also very bitter, so you need a lot of sugar to compensate for that. So we're going to get this brown sugar right in here. And it's going to be about 2 cups of brown sugar. And also we're going to add some orange juice concentrate. Cranberries and orange pair very well together. It's a good flavor combination. So we're just going to open this up and get some orange juice concentrate in here. Excuse me here. Probably about maybe 3 tablespoons or so, just right in here. So nice. That's going to give it a really good flavor. Get that right in there. And then we're going to season it up a little bit. We're going to have some nutmeg in here. Probably about maybe a half a teaspoon or so, right in there. And then some cinnamon. Get some cinnamon right in there. That's a good flavor. And then some ground ginger, some powdered ginger. That's another good combination there. A little bit of ginger in here. And then this is kind of a little bit of a funky ingredient, but I put it in there. Is some black pepper. A little bit of black pepper in there. People wouldn't think that I put that in there, but it's in there, and it adds a nice little twist to it. And our last ingredient that we're going to put in is some ginger ale. Some ginger soda right in here. Probably about I don't know, maybe a cup or so. A little more, a little less. Right in here. And then we're just going to get some medium heat on this. A little bit of medium heat, and you gotta have your wooden spoon to stir this. You want to use a wooden spoon because wood conducts heat as opposed to transferring heat. If you use a metal spoon or a plastic spoon, then you'll find that it gets too hot. So you really want to get you some wooden spoons in here. We're just going to give this a stir, and it'll take a couple of minutes for this to come up to a boil, and then these berries, the cranberries, will start to kind of pop, and you're gonna get a really just a flavorful, delicious cranberry sauce. And cranberries are very, very high in pectin. It's one of the fruits that I think has the most pectin of any fruit. So that's why it has that gelatinous shape. So you don't have to add any type of pectin to this because cranberries are extremely high in pectin. So we're just gonna let this hang out for a couple minutes until they start to boil, and then once they start to pop, we'll kind of mash them as we go. As you can see, they're just these berries and the brown sugar and the ginger ale, and you can kind of start to hear them a little bit. They're starting to pop, and it won't be long before we will start to mash them. We just give a little bit of a stir, but you can kind of hear them. They're starting to pop, and that's where we're on our way. And they'll just really start to pop, and you'll get a really good sauce. Again, do not I really encourage you to try this. As you can see, it's nothing complicated about what I did here. I just dumped the bag of cranberries in there, brown sugar, the orange juice concentrate, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg, some black pepper, some ginger, powdered ginger, and ginger ale. There's nothing complicated about this. This is definitely something you can do, and then the taste of it is much better. It's like 1,000,000 times better than anything you can ever get out of a can. So you don't have to. This is almost a fail-proof recipe. You can't mess this up. And just let this cook until it comes to a boil, and like I said, you'll begin to hear them pop. And when it comes to a boil, we're gonna let it go for a couple of minutes, and then we'll start to kind of mash them up. And you can, if you wanted it all depends on what you like. If you want a real smooth consistency, where you would just mash the heck out of it and even strain it if you wanted to, but we kind of like a little bit of texture to it. So as you can see here, we've got a really good boil going here, and there was a lot of popping going on. So let me just give this a stir. And there's still some popping and locking and break dancing going on in there. And just let this cook, and you can kind of, if you start, you can see I'm kind of mashing up against the side of the pot there, and they're just releasing all of their goodness. And I'm gonna let it go a little bit, and then I'm gonna bring in my old trusty potato smasher right in here. And we're well on our way. And that's what we want. And again, this is, very simple, and you can really try this. And I want you guys to try this, and then comment and let me know what you think. There's nothing to be intimidated about. So I'm switching over now to the masher, and just gonna mash it up, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn the heat down and just mash these up. Just mash these up until we get a nice little consistency here. And we're getting them just going to the side of the pot here and just mashing them up. And that's what we're looking for. And if you have one of those immersion blenders, you could definitely pull it out right now if you wanted a really smooth, super smooth consistency. But that's not what we're going for here. We kind of like a little bit of the rusticness to it. So I'm just going to give this a stir around, and we are just about there. It's going to start. When you're there, it's going to really start to shine. You're going to get a kind of a real sheen on it, and that's when as you can see that it's really starting to shine, and that's when we are, I think we're just about home. So we're going to go ahead and kill the heat, and we'll continue to stir it a little bit and mash, and then we'll transfer this to our serving container, what we're going to serve it in, and you have yourself some absolutely fantastic, delicious cranberry sauce that will beat anything you ever get out of a can. I really encourage you guys, give this a shot, and once you do, I guarantee you'll never go back to that jiggly stuff out the can. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and this is your finished product with this cranberry sauce. As you can see, it's already starting to gel up, and you can just let this hang out until dinner time tomorrow, and this can go really, really good with your dressing. And there you have it, homemade cranberry sauce that anybody can make.